So what's up with y'all, man? This is Lance Pyro, MMA, Muay Thai, Cardio, and Fitness. And today, I'm going to be talking about relationship and finding a spouse. This is a relationship podcast. I'm doing a video about it. I'm in my bathroom, the cleanest bathroom. Like my landlord was telling me, the cleanest bathroom and apartment out of the whole building. So I'm chilling in my very fresh and clean bathroom right now. But this video is about relationship podcast. So the title will be Relationship Podcast, Finding a Spouse. Everybody can check out my anchor, Lines Fitness and Health and More Talk. So Lines Fitness, Health and More Talk on my anchor. And you can also follow, you can pretty much follow everything that you're looking for. Hit up Anchor. You can download Anchor on your local app store, Spotify, or however you want to put it. You can download Anchor on your app store. You can check me out on Spotify. My podcast is available on all 6 platforms. So my podcast is going to be available on all 6 platforms. It's available on all 6 platforms. So if you're looking to look at any advice on health and fitness, check me out on there. And any other advice you would like, let me fix this camera up. Y'all can see me better. Alright, there we go. Alright, so for anybody that wants any health advice, check me out. You can find pretty much anything that you want to look for. I'm Lines Health, Fitness, and More Talk on there. Check out my YouTube, Lance Pyro, MMA, Muay Thai, Cardio, and Fitness. That's my YouTube. And for anybody that wants to support my Cash App, support my channel, then you can also, I appreciate everybody for your support and donations if you decide to. I really appreciate that. So I leave my Cash App, my email, and my podcast in the description of every video now. I really appreciate the support. I'm not forcing anyone to donate. If it's something that if you really want to support my channel and see videos you really want to see, I really appreciate the donations and the support and you checking out my channel. I will leave my Cash App and I will leave the podcast and the YouTube on my YouTube description. And I truly appreciate everyone for tuning in. This is Lance Pyro, MMA, Muay Thai, Cardio, and Fitness. And if you would like to start your own podcast, check out Anchor. You can download Anchor on any of your local podcast apps. You can download it from the App Store. You can download it from Google Play. You can download it from, you might have a podcast app already on your phone when you purchased it. And so it gives you Anchor gives you the opportunity to download the app. You can make your own podcast by editing. You can stream, you can have music on your podcast. You can make money on your podcast, or whatever you're looking to do. Anchor will distribute that for you. So this episode is about relationships. I could say relationships and finding a spouse. I could say that relationship issues and finding a spouse, because it's really difficult at the moment. Not just for myself, but for a lot of guys out there that's in my same predicament. Shout out to all my brother warrior champs out there that's in the same issues, as I am as myself. And what I would like to start out by saying is that I'm not even going to make this video about me. I'm not going to do any more podcasts or videos talking about myself, because this is mainly for my followers and subscribers, and for everybody that's dealing with issues and finding a spouse. What I will say is that if it's stressful on finding a spouse, and you're a guy, you're lonely, you're trying to find a love in your life, number one, first thing is first. I'm not going to preach to anybody, but number one is that if you believe in God the Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ, and you follow Him, then you would know that He's in your heart, and He'll lead and guide you on what He wants you to do, spiritually, mentally, and physically. And then I'll leave it at that. But what I will say is that if you're dealing with any issues on finding a spouse, the location can have something to do with it. I learned that the location that you live in, it varies all the time. But before I get into all that, as a man, we must make sure that we are mentally, spiritually, and physically developed before we can look for a woman. We have to make sure that we love ourselves. We have to make sure that we value ourselves, love ourselves, be happy with ourselves. We have to make sure that we are content with our lives, not just financially, but mentally and spiritually. We have to make sure that everything that we continue to do in our lives, we have to make sure that it includes on our minds and us being real to who we are. And the only way we can connect with a special someone, and that woman that you're looking to connect with, if you want to connect with a woman that you're trying to find or have a relationship with, the first thing I can tell you is follow your goals, follow your achievements, continue to work hard and be on the grind. Do you, focus on you, and not worry about what everybody else around you is doing. Focus on working on yourself. Make sure that you have good hygiene. Make sure that you have good oral health. Make sure you have it's many things that go along with this. Make sure that you have, if you want a low haircut, make sure you have a low haircut. If you want a lot of hair, then you work on that. But if you are trying to find you a woman, you can't expect to find her if you have a bad attitude. So you're not going to find her if you have a bad attitude. If you're arrogant, you're not going to find her. Women don't want a man that thinks that he's on top of the world if she's trying to get you to give your full contact to her. She wants you to focus on her and not yourself. If you have arrogance and you think you're better than everybody, then women are not going to get with a guy that's arrogant, because women are very smart. They can pick up on shit easily. They can pick up on shit and things easily, very quickly. Another one that I find to be a problem with a lot of men that are single and lonely and trying to find a woman, hygiene plays a big factor. Your oral health, having a fresh breath, to taking care of yourself, being helpful, being kind, not coming off too strong, being intimidating, coming off onto a woman too hard. These are big things that play a big factor in finding a woman. She's not going to want a man that's going to want to be lazy. That's another problem. If you're not independent and you don't work hard and you're not taking care of yourself, you can't expect a woman to take care of you and pay for your bills, your food, your rent. I don't have a car, but if you don't have a car, it doesn't mean that you can't get around. If a woman is driving you around, then at least pay her gas and buy her food or whatever she needs you to do to help her and take care of what she needs you to help her with. If you don't have a job, to try to find ways creatively to how to help her maintain the car. If you don't have any skills, try to learn them. These are all the things that play a factor in finding a woman. And I myself to this day will say that I still don't have a woman because I'm so focused on my self-growth and development, and when it's my time to find her and God gives me the strength, knowledge, and wisdom, and I'm financially stable, then that'll be my time. But a woman can't be with a man that can't provide for her. Now, I'm not saying you need to be rich. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be rich to find a woman. I'm not rich. I'm poor and I'm low income. I'm not embarrassed to say that. And I'm the kind of guy that I believe in a woman and man must work together as a team. And I've gotten emails in the past from women and men in general telling me, how can you find a love in your life when you're poor? How can you find love in your life if you have nowhere to go, no job? When I was homeless growing up as a kid, one thing's for sure. I was in high school and I was going through. I didn't have a job. I was going to school, and there was a young lady I liked, but I was embarrassed. She invited me to go to the prom with her. She was willing to pay for it. Her and her parents, she said, was willing to pay for me to go on a date with her in my senior year, and I didn't want to go because I couldn't help contribute financially to the prom. I was only like maybe 16, and I remember talking to my mom, and she was like, man, she's like, why do you feel like that? This girl is willing to pay to help you go and take you on a date with her. And I said, Mom, I don't feel like a man making a woman pay for my expenses. And I cried after that, I just never could deal with being lazy, sitting back and letting a woman provide financially for me. And at that time I was 16 and I didn't feel right. Not only did I reject her and going on a date with her to the prom, but me and her never spoke to each other ever again. She went with another guy that day, and he ended up paying for her prom and date because he was financially stable. And I went to school with kids that were financially stable and well off compared to me and my sister at the time. And I'm the same way today. If I can't provide the life that I want to give my woman, then I don't want a relationship. I don't have any kids because I'm not going to bring kids into this world, and I'm living and struggling now. And I'm thankful for what I have, but it's not even about me. Everything that I just told you is basically the struggles and what us men deal with, and what a lot of us men think about and do on the reason why we can't find love. It's not that we don't want to find love. It's just there's a lot of things in this life that's getting in the way of what we want to do. There's a lot of competition in this world. And that's another reason why love can't be found. And there's a lot of competition in this world. The standards are too high. I don't know if everyone ever heard of that saying where the stakes are too high. You go to a casino, or the odds of winning a lottery is 1 in a trillion now. It used to be 1 in a billion, but now it's 1 in a trillion. Think about that, okay? And then you think about trying to find love in your life and finding a spouse. The chances on finding the right spouse, because it's not just about finding a spouse. If you're a man trying to find a woman, and if you're a woman trying to find a man, it's not so much about finding someone. You know, people used to always tell me back, when I was working and when I was living in Chicago, used to say, man, how come you ain't found nobody? And I always say, man, it ain't even about finding somebody. It's about finding the right one. That's what matters. That's what people overlook today. Another one is, if you and a woman been talking for 3 years, you and her love each other, you and her are comfortable with one another, you know everything about her, or whatever you want to say, then once you all get married, the man needs to be the man and marry her. If you all don't want to marry, and that's not your thing, that's not what you believe in, then I guess all I can say is whatever you and her decide to do, that's up to you and her. But it's up to the man and woman, between the man and woman, whatever you and her want to do. But all I gotta say is it's a lot of competition in this world, and the name of this video is Relationships and Finding Love. Relationships and Finding Love. And all I can say is continue to not hang in there, have hope. Dating apps will work if they work for you. I've tried dating apps and they haven't worked for me. I know one, but I'm not gonna post that up on here because I just feel like this video is mainly about everybody. This video is about men I'm speaking of, because we have it the hardest. I can't really speak for women at this point in time, because a woman doesn't have to be single for as long as us men have to. And I'm 33 today. My birthday is today. And the way that I know I'll keep myself from stressing out is depending on God, the Heavenly Father. Focusing on what He wants me to do. And focusing on my self-growth and development, being healthy, working out, and inspiring people. That's what my calling is. And I love what my calling is. And however I could be an influence to somebody, I will. Whether I get well known or not, the main thing is that I want to be able to please God instead of myself. And however I can make God happy, He's my Father, my real Father that's in the flesh and on this earth. Was never a father to me. He was never a responsible father. He never paid my mom any child support. So my real Father is in heaven, and His name is God, the Heavenly Father, and His Son, Jesus Christ. So what I will say is that the best way to keep yourself from being lonely and feeling stressed out is to focus on your self-growth and development. Continue to work on you. Find a talent or a hobby to keep yourself busy and focus on what you like to do. Because if you focus too much on what you don't have and what love in your life you can't find, or what kind of woman you're trying to find and you can't find her, then you're gonna drive yourself into a mental state because you can't find that woman that you're trying to spend your life with. And if you are a guy that is financially well stable, then the best thing I can tell you is make sure you find a woman that's not going to want you for your money and your personal materialistic living, or your material items, personal pleasurable items, whatever you live, however you live your life. Make sure that the woman that you find being a single guy is going to be the right woman for you. Make sure she's not a gold digger. Make sure go on the pros and cons of a woman before you just get ready to marry her. Because the big problem is people are only together for a couple months and they marry within the 4th month. You have to get to know each other for at least 2 years plus. I say if you really want to get to know each other, date, hang out, be friends for at least 2 years before you all decide to get married the 3rd year. That makes more sense other than getting married in 4 months. Celebrities make the same mistake all the time, and they're getting married within 4 months or 5 months. No, that's not how marriage is going to work. This advice is for men and women, not just for men, but for women too. So this video, Relationships and Finding Love, is really about man and woman, whatever issues you have, or whatever problems you're dealing with, you can't expect to find love if you don't love yourself. That's what I'm trying to say to you. You can't expect to find love and for love to find you if you don't love yourself. And you can't really love yourself if you're going through poverty. I myself is low income, but I find ways on how to love myself because I try to work on my self-growth and development. And to this day, my main thing is fitness and health, nutrition, working out, inspiring people. Sometimes people might work out with me, or I might have cookouts with them. I find hobbies to keep myself busy instead of stressing out about not having a woman and not finding love. But if for all my brothers out there that's in my same predicament, that's poor and low income, you have a place of your own, but you don't really have a job or whatever it is you're dealing with, if you live in a community that doesn't have anything like the community I'm currently living in, then you would know you would need to relocate. Find a place in the state and city to live in that has all the opportunities that you're looking for, from job training centers, community colleges, workforce developments that's going to help you grow your work skills, your education. And if you live in a town like myself, or any town you live in that's not offering what you're looking for, then try to create your own entertainment. And that's what I've been able to do for the years. Even when I was living in Chicago, Humboldt Park, that's what I would do. Me and my family would go to the park. We would walk at the park. We would have picnics. We would ride the bike, go play basketball, whatever we needed to do. That's what kept us from being stressed out, from being in our homeless situation at the time. To keep ourselves from stressing out about being homeless, we stay active. And if you're going through, I pray that the God, the Heavenly Father, and Jesus Christ and angels in heaven will keep you healthy and safe and help you and lead you and guide you throughout your journey and throughout the way. And this love is really, really hard to find in America, because in America, life is really about fame, financial gain, popularity, and talent. Those three things, those four things. And when it comes to finding love with the special woman that you want to spend your life with, I have to say you probably have a better chance on winning the lottery than you do finding love. But that's just my opinion. If you're a guy that already is financially stable, then what I can say is that the woman that you find, hopefully she's not distracted by social media. Hopefully she's not too distracted by social media, high standards, and other guys and what they have, because that's a problem. And it's not just us low-income, poor people, poor living men and people in general in my same predicament that have problems finding love. There's rich men that have problems finding love. This video is addressed to you too, to help you. And this video is based on that. If you're rich or if you're wealthy and you're trying to find a woman, you need advice, then continue to work on your own self-growth and development. Not so much financially, because you already have it if you're already wealthy. But you need to focus on your mental, physical, and spiritual growth and development. And what I mean by that is loving yourself. Don't be arrogant. Learn to be humble. Don't have an attitude. Be kind, be cool, be real, be you. That's all it is to you. That's all it is to you. And that's to the rich brothers out there that are watching my videos and that's tuning in, if you decide to tune in. If you don't, I hope you find the right channel that you need to get your advice from. And thank you for tuning in. But to my men, to my brothers out there in general, and even to my sisters out there, if it's a woman, if you are a woman and you're trying to find a man, then you, my sister, need to work on your spiritual growth and development. And if you're trying to lose any weight, you're trying to get to a certain health benefit, then trying to find ways on how to get yourself right. But to all my sister queens out there that's already healthy and fit, independent, clean and healthy, fresh and whatever, however you do yourself, however you take care of yourself, sister, continue to be independent and continue to stay on the grind. And hopefully the king that you're looking for, Miss Queen, hopefully the queen that you are as a sister, and hopefully the king could come, he could find you. The man will come to you, because as a man, I'd rather approach the woman. If it's a woman I'm checking out and I want to get to know her, then you want to make sure that you have yourself on point. You have to be real to yourself and true to yourself. Be clean, be fresh, be cool, be kind, be real. And then if you're already productive and successful, then you can take things from there. Because in America or any country, no woman is going to want a guy that can't provide for himself or doesn't have anything going for himself. And I'm already hopeful, confident, and I love myself. I'm already humble, and a very positive state of mind I have on how I want myself to be and how I want to inspire other people. So this is about Luns Pyro, MMA, Muay Thai, Cardio, and Fitness on YouTube, and Luns Health, Fitness, and More Talk on Anchor. Everybody check me out. I'll leave all my information in the description of this video. This is a video response to a brother warrior champ of mine. I wanted to go into more details so he can kind of get a hang of what he wants to do, whatever he's looking for, finding in a woman, and then hopefully, brother, you find it. I know who you are, and you are a really hard-working, productive warrior pyro champ, and much love to all my pyro warrior champs out there. And I really do hope that all this division, hatred, segregation can get put to an end. I really do hope that all the high standards that women have in their mindsets will change for the better instead of the worse. Because we cannot expect to find love if we don't love ourselves first. But for all my Christian brothers and sisters out there, all my believers out there in Jesus Christ and God the Father, like myself, if you are not currently dependent on God the Heavenly Father, and you are trying to find love, then He will lead you and guide you on what to do. And I will leave it at that. Peace. God bless. Thank you for tuning in. Check out more videos. If you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Hit that like button and that subscribe button. You won't regret it. And that's what I'll be saying from here. I want everybody to know that finding love, it's not easy. It's not. It takes a lot of years of hard work. And you just have to have it all the way around. You got to be successful and pretty much the whole nine. But to all my successful people out there that's trying to seek and find love, all I can say is there's a few things that I know that a lot of people who, not all wealthy, rich, successful people, but most of them out there, I'll name 4 things I'll name that you have to find a way to get rid of to make yourself a better person. And the first one is greed. The second one is arrogance. The third one is an attitude. The fourth one is high standard. You can't expect to find someone that you're looking to be very perfect. If you're a guy that's single and lonely trying to find a woman, you can't expect a woman to be perfect. Because if you're not perfect yourself, then how could you expect your woman to be perfect? If you're not a perfect man, don't expect a perfect woman. The only person that's going to be perfect is Jesus Christ and God the Father in heaven. None of us are perfect. None of us humans are perfect. There's one way it's good to find someone that's good or find someone, if you're trying to find someone that's 100%, then once again, it's going to take nothing but hard work and dedication for years at a time. If you look at some of these successful athletes, and you look at how much money they're making, and it's, for instance, it took Floyd Mayweather 20 years to get to where he's at today. The same thing with Mike Tyson. It took him a lot of years too. And now I'm not saying it's going to take a lot of years for everybody like that, but I want to make this video as positive as I can. And the only way I can say is continue to live and focus on your goals and achievements, and just continue to live by that day by day. And the more you live by that, then I'm sure from that point on, you will know what you want to do from there. Peace and God bless.